So the word for today is do what's best for you. Okay? Choose yourself. Now, let me go ahead and tell you right now, you're going to have some people in their feelings about that, about you choosing yourself and doing what's best for you. And the answer to that is you don't care. Okay, so Jacob, when he was smaller, he used to say all the time, I don't care, I don't care. And I'm reminded of that in this moment. Like, the answer is you don't care. Okay, now I'm also gonna say that it will hurt. Like, you know, it's handling other people's emotions. It is not an easy task. It will hurt. However, your connection with God is more important. So you have to get ready to be this odd person, the oddball out. Now, I'm not just talking about being contrary for no reason, because those type of people, they be getting on my nerve. You just want to be contrary just to be contrary. I'm not talking about that. But you are going to have convictions. You are going to have things that God is going to tell you to do, and it ain't going to make sense. Half the time, it may not even make sense to you, but you have to be prepared to stick with it, go with your gut, go with your heart, and go on the path that God has paved for you. So the questions that you'll have, these people that you need to drop off somewhere, they're not going to have the answers for you, but God will have the answers. So let me help you out real quick. Go ahead and log off Facebook. Okay, that was an issue for me. Go ahead, log off right now. I've said this before. These people are going to be right there doing the same thing if you return. Okay, so you are not missing out on anything. And I know these same people, your family, your friends, you have the desire to bring them along with you. And what I have to say to that is they're not coming. Okay. I'm gonna tell you why they're not coming. I'm gonna tell you why they're not gonna be able to go with you, even if they wanted to. Because most of them, 99.999%, and I'm probably giving too much there, they won't want to do this work. This work that is set in front of you is not easy. It's very hard at times. And these people that you want to bring along with you, they're just not going to do it. Okay. If you were to set this work, a plan of all of the things that you have done, all of the things that you need to do, if you were to set this plan before them, they would probably look at you like you were crazy. Just the stuff that you're doing now on the daily, you're, you know, doing the things that you need to do, going in the direction that you need to go. These people aren't going to do any of this stuff with you. So you might as well, let it go. Okay. So the best thing that you can do for these people and yourself is to work on yourself. Okay. Get somewhere, get still, get quiet, and start to thinking. Okay. Start listening to what God is telling you to do. But you won't be able to listen if you have a lot of racket going on. If you have a lot of other opinions going on, it's just not gonna work. So you're gonna have to commit yourself to investing in yourself, and as Miss Latoya Okia says, getting in the lab. Okay, so she talks about getting in the lab to where it's just you and God. You are just working, just putting in your work with no distractions, nobody around. You want to get in the lab. Another thing, I don't know if I mentioned this, but these same people, if they know about what you're doing, they're going to sabotage you in some way, even if it's not on purpose. Okay. There's going to be some form of sabotage. even if it's just like a short distraction of you doing something for them when you should be over here doing something for yourself. Like, there's all types of ways to be sabotaged, and you don't want that. You don't want to make it harder on yourself. So the best thing to do is to keep it to yourself. Okay, favorite family, now that I'm editing, I am wanting to add something else to keeping whatever you have on your heart that God is telling you to do to yourself, whatever project that is. Keep it to yourself. Okay, listen, you're going to have to use your strength to keep it to yourself. You're going to have to be okay with allowing people to think you're doing nothing. Okay. So that's a thing for myself that I frequently go through. Like, people are trying to figure out what's going on. And like I said before, I only allowed a few people to know about my YouTube channel, and I know that eventually it's going to get out. But for long as I can, I am keeping this thing on the hush. I am putting my head down, doing the work. And listen, I just have to be okay with people thinking like, okay, what is she doing? Is she sitting somewhere with her feet up and cucumbers over her eyes? And honestly, hey, what's wrong with that? I don't have to prove myself to anybody. I know the work that I do. My family knows the work that I do. And that's all that matters. My family values me and what I do. That's all that matters. I will not be anywhere trying to convince anyone of my self-worth. And that's another pointer. You have to get that deep down within you, because people are going to be asking, hey girl, like, what you doing? Like, I hadn't seen you around. Like, what is it? And listen, everybody don't need to know. There may be a select few that know, and you have to be careful with that, if I'm just being honest. But everybody don't need to know the mission that you're on. So usually when I get that question, child, which is honestly too often for me, I wish people would mind their business. But anywho, usually when I get that question, I just say, I just been taking a break. I've just been resting. And I'll get those little comments. Oh, that must be nice. The little shady, whatever. But listen, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters but my journey and my relationship with God. Okay. I'm not sitting here trying to get kudos from nobody. Look, this path is not easy. That's why most people quit in the first 30 seconds. And I get it. Like, it's not, that's not trying to put anybody down. Some days I wonder. Some days I just be like, I just don't know. Like, it's not for the weak, okay? But you are not weak, and you can make it. And when you get to a point where you feel like you can't go any further, this is the space and place where you know that you are on the right path. You are going in the direction where God is telling you to go, and He's going to renew you every time. So just be patient, okay? Everything is going to work out for your good. That reminds me of the Bible verse. I'm gonna try to put it on the screen. But it's Romans 8:28. And we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to His purpose. So with that, I'm going to tell you, do not give up at what's on your heart to do. Stick with it, and everything is going to work out in the end. Keep going. Okay, favorite family, that's all that I have for today. I will see you next time right here at Favorite Stationery. Goodbye.
Like and subscribe.